Good morning, Summer Committed Challengers. My name is Steph Whiting, and I'm really excited to present one of my favorite topics, living above the line. So this is a concept that could change your life. I feel like it changed mine, and it can definitely change your health. And it's really cool because this concept carries across to all areas of our life, but is especially important when we are trying to get healthy, because a lot of the things that prevent us from getting healthy, I have found, are in our mind, right? And so I was introduced to this concept in this book, 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. And you aren't going to be able to see this real well, but I'm just going to show you in your life. Just pretend there's an imaginary line, okay? And when you are living above the line, you are open, you are curious, and you are committed to learning, okay? So we always want to be above the line. Below the line, we are closed, we are defensive, we are committed to being right. Does that sound familiar? I think it is our normal human state to live below the line. And the reason this is so important in our health is because when we're living below the line, most of the time we're living in victim mode. And if we're living in victim mode, it's impossible to make a change because you are a victim. But as soon as you decide to move from victim to victor, all of a sudden you have control of your life, and your life is something that you can change. And it's so funny because nothing changes other than how you see your life. This was a huge mindset shift for me because I used to feel like I lived in victim mode. Like, you guys ever said things like, we're just big boned, or I just, my genes, I have like obesity in my family that's so strong I can't really change it. Here's some other ones that are a little bit more subtle. I can't eat that. I can't have that. Have you ever found yourself saying things like that? Have you ever said, I can't afford to eat healthy? I don't have time to exercise. I'm too busy. I've said all of these things. So here is a tip today. Anytime you feel yourself saying these little excuses or making an excuse, switch it and take your power back, okay? So taking your power back is getting yourself above the line. And if you say something like, I'm transitioning to a healthier lifestyle, all of a sudden that's very empowering. And the cool thing is, instead of people feeling sorry for you, all of a sudden they're interested in what it is you're doing. So sometimes you're embarrassed because you're not participating with everybody else in maybe like the birthday cake or the dessert or the donut run. And if you say you can't eat that, everyone feels sorry for you, right? Because you're the victim. But if you say, I'm transitioning to a healthier lifestyle, or I'm trying to keep my blood sugars, balanced, all of a sudden people are like, oh, I should do that. Now they're jealous of you. So do you see the little shift that takes place? I can't afford to eat healthy. I can't afford a gym membership. I don't have time to exercise. I'm too busy. What if, instead of saying these little things to yourself, you say something like this: I haven't made it a priority, or I've been prioritizing other things. Isn't that really the truth? Even if you're going back to school, or like whatever it is you're doing, maybe you're a PTA president, or you are building a business and you're putting every bit of time and energy into it, you are prioritizing other things. Now that's empowering. So take your power back, get yourself above a line, get yourself out of victim mode, and here's the last little tip I have for you. Take extreme ownership. This is a book written by a Navy SEAL, and it's so fun to read because on the Navy SEAL team, if you're a team leader, you take responsibility for everything that happens on your team. Even if it seems like it's not your fault, you take responsibility for it. So the thing I learned from this book is it's really cool to take responsibility. So, instead of saying, telling yourself these little white lies, just take responsibility. Like, you know what? I let myself get too hungry. I should have eaten more proactively. And when I let myself get too hungry, I ended up making a poor decision that didn't really support my health. That's taking ownership. I couldn't help myself. I ate too much crazy bread. I couldn't help myself. That's being a victim. So just these little subtle changes, if you catch yourself playing the victim, switch it around and take ownership. Take extreme ownership of your health and get yourself above the line and just remember that just that little subtle change can make all the difference in living a long-term healthy lifestyle.